Medianoche. Recuerda, no bajemos la guardia.
El éxito del nuevo Plan Panamá Solidario se debe al esfuerzo y la voluntad de todos los panameños de luchar y seguir avanzando. De manera histórica, el lunes 2 de agosto, 50.000 personas iniciaron su curso del INADE y 10.000 de ellas lograron culminarlo el mismo día. El gobierno nacional capacita a miles de panameños para que salgan adelante. Ya alcanzamos la cifra total de matriculados de 192.498 personas y un total 50.905 que ya iniciaron. Le recordamos a los beneficiarios que deben estar vacunados con las 2 dosis antes del 30 de septiembre. No bajemos la guardia. Vamos andando, Panamá. El gobierno nacional cumple el compromiso de buscar respuestas oportunas a los miles de ciudadanos que se han visto afectados económicamente por la pandemia. Conjuntamente con la Superintendencia Bancaria de Panamá, hemos logrado la extensión de la flexibilización bancaria hasta el 31 de diciembre de 2021 a los deudores de préstamos hipotecarios, de autos, personales, tarjetas de crédito y otros, siempre y cuando las personas se acerquen a su banco antes del 30 de septiembre para llegar a formalizar un nuevo acuerdo. De hacerlo así, ningún panameño perderá su casa, carro y otras garantías, quedando exentos de la actualización de avalúos. Con la extensión de la flexibilización bancaria, miles de familias panameñas tendrán la tranquilidad y esperanza de salir adelante. Gobierno Nacional.
El Ministerio de Educación, SER TV y su emisora Radio Nacional AM y FM, conscientes de la importancia de la educación en nuestro país, presentan Alfa Beta Radio. Un nuevo espacio para que estés informado acerca de los proyectos y programas del Ministerio de Educación. Alfa Beta Radio. Aclararemos tus dudas y te brindaremos información oficial y detallada. Alfa Beta Radio, los lunes desde las 4:30 de la mañana y su retransmisión los lunes 8:30 de la noche. Reporta tu sintonía al WhatsApp 6949-1861. Para más orientación en los temas educativos. Alfa Beta Radio por Nacional 101.7 FM. Nacional FM, somos más educación. Nacional 101.7, Crisol 106.9 FM, Radio Nacional 840 AM, junto a SER TV y Meduca, presentan Conéctate con la Estrella. Estamos comprometidos con la formación pedagógica de la niñez panameña.
Suena el timbre de séptimo grado. Conéctate con la estrella. Somos más educación.
Hello, welcome back.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to our audience, to all the participants that we get every Friday in our classes, our English classes. We're very, very happy to have you here in our class participating as usual. And remember that you got different ways in which you can get in contact with us through WhatsApp. Also, you can interact with us because we're going to be explaining you different topics that you will enjoy, learning new vocabulary, grammar explanation that you can practice as well. So we're going to present on the screen different practices, and you can text us through Instagram and WhatsApp and send us your answers to the practice. Questions, greetings, comments, anything that you want to say. Remember, this is an interactive class. I'm here with Teacher Tatiana. Teacher Tatiana, say hello to our audience.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome back to another English class with Conéctate con la Estrella. Today is Friday, August 20th.
Yeah, and we got, as I said, a very interesting topic. And I was saying that through Instagram and WhatsApp, we got a number. If you're just listening to our class, you can get in contact with us through WhatsApp. You can listen to the class, and if you wanna send your answers or anything that you want to send or text, we got a number 600-481-82. This is the number, our WhatsApp number. So if you are just listening, you can text us through WhatsApp. But also we got Instagram, Conéctate con la Estrella, and also Nacional FM Panamá. So you got different ways in which you can participate in our class. We got a very interesting topic for 7th graders, also for 8th and 9th graders, okay? And let's get ready with this topic. Very interesting, Teacher Tatiana, our flora and fauna. Flora and fauna. Very interesting topic. But we have a riddle. You know, as usual, Teacher Evelyn prepares a riddle for our audience, and we got here a question. It says, what kind of flower or flowers are on your face? Look at that.
Think about it.
Yeah, we have to think about that. There is a flower in my face. Or, sorry, on my face. I got a flower on my face.
Very
Look at that. I have to think about each part. My eyes, my nose, my mouth,
ears,
my lips. Okay, so I have to think about that. What kind of flowers are on your face? Okay, remember that you got the whole class to think about this question, this riddle. And at the end, we're gonna give you the answer, and you can listen to the answer, or if you think that you have an idea what the answer is, you can send or text us through WhatsApp or Instagram. Okay, so let's go back to our topic, Teacher Tatiana, and let's see the objectives. Let's see the objectives for this class. It says, at the end of this session, you will be able to identify elements of fauna and flora. Also, to use there is and there are, talking about grammar explanation, to say something exists or does not exist. Okay, so this is the objective. These are the objectives that we're gonna get. We got our favorite segment. Did you know? Okay, our favorite segment in which we can learn something new, important facts about the topic. It says, fossils of giant sloths, megalodon, sharks, corals, primates, rhinoceros, like mammals, saber-toothed cats, and so much more have been found in Panamanian soils. Okay, major investigations have taken place during the excavations of the Panama Canal, revealing to us a world of mass animal migration. Look at that. Okay, these primates, corals, sharks, sloths. So these are mammals that we can find in Panamanian soils. Okay, very interesting fact. Okay,
right.
Well, it says revealing, so it means that the people have found fossils of these mammals. Okay, and these will be like evidence that these were part of the animals that were part of our world, our soil.
Right.
Okay, so let's move on. We got classify animals and plants, fauna, flora. Okay, we got different plants here. Plants, we can mention golden frog. Okay, hibiscus. This is a kind of flower.
A flower. Golden
Holy
frog
Spirit flower. We know about this Holy Spirit flower.
It's a national.
Yes. Also, we got the harpy eagle.
That's another one.
Okay, bamboo, macaw, orange tree, parakeet, capuchin monkey, palm tree, sloth. So classify animals and plants. So we got fauna and flora, and there are different. Talking about fauna, we got golden frog, we got capuchin monkey, we got macaw, we got sloth. And talking about flora, we can say hibiscus. Okay.
Holy Spirit
And
flower.
yeah, this one, the red one. Also, we can say orange tree. We got an orange tree, and also guayacán and palm tree. Okay. So these are the animals and plants that we can find here in our country, okay? Let's go to the vocabulary. We got words that we're going to learn and pronounce here in order to do practice, okay? Teacher Tatiana is going to help me with the pronunciation, but I want you to practice at home the pronunciation of this word. We got number one, wildlife. Wildlife, talking about animals. We can see a picture with different animals, whales, tiger.
They are not domestic animals.
Yeah, they are not domestic. Yes, thank you. Number 2, nature.
Nature.
Okay. Number 3, flora.
Flora.
Number 4, fauna.
Fauna.
Okay. We got more words coming. Number 5, timber.
Timber.
Also, this is a tree that we can get wood.
Yeah.
Okay. 6, sugar cane.
Sugar cane.
Number 7, awesome.
Awesome.
We use this expression, you know, when we think that something is great.
Marvelous.
Or something happened to a person and we consider that what happened to the person is great, so we can say, hey, awesome. Or when someone comes up with a great idea, you can say awesome. Okay, so this is kind of an expression, American expression. Number 8, harpy eagle.
Harpy eagle.
Okay, this is a part of the fauna that we can find here in our country. Okay, we got a match, Teacher Tatiana. We got a match. We got 5 words and 5 pictures. So our participants can practice. Okay, we got 5 words. Number 1, harpy eagle. Number 2, flora. Number 3, fauna. Number 4, sugar cane. And number 5, wildlife. Okay, and we got 5 pictures. Let me describe these pictures for those who are just listening to the class. In picture A, we can see different animals, like wild animals, like Teacher Tatiana mentioned. They are not domestic. We cannot have these animals at home as pets.
Yeah.
Okay. In picture B, we can see a lot of plants.
And animals.
Yes.
It's a combination of plant and animals.
Plants and animals, okay. Mm-hmm. Also, we can see in picture C, this is
a kind of plant.
A plant that we can get sugar.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So sweet.
Exactly. Picture D, we can see a very popular bird here in our country. Mm-hmm. And in picture C, we can see a lot of plants and trees. Okay, the forest. Yeah. Okay. So I described the picture for you. So we got 5 words, as I mentioned: harpy eagle, flora, fauna, sugarcane, and wildlife. Okay, so remember that you can text us through Instagram and WhatsApp. Okay, so if you got the answer for this practice, you can send us just the number and the letter. Okay, for example, letter number 1, it's letter D. C or letter D. Okay, so just send us the number with the letter. I don't know, Teacher Tatiana, if you want to greet or say something about our audience or participants.
Yes, so remember, as Teacher Josita said, you can send your response through WhatsApp or Instagram. And so I wanted to say welcome to Evelyn 232113,
hello.
Marianne de G, also E Pérez 2616, Katie 2216.
Welcome to our class. Yes, remember that you can participate. We're waiting for your answers. Talking about our flora and fauna here, let's read some important information. It says, among the plants that provide us food, we have potatoes, cereals, fruits, vegetables, sugarcane, coffee, and rice. Also, we can mention that here in Panama, we have awesome, remember the expression, awesome ornamental plants, such as ferns, roses, and orchids, okay? We got our national flower here. It's an orchid called the Holy Spirit flower. Okay, I know that this sounds similar to the way that we say or we call this flower here in our country in Spanish. Okay, and it says, besides that, we find many medicinal plants such as mint, chamomile, sage. Okay, what is Panama's national flower? Okay, what is Panama's national flower? We got the answer right here, the Holy Spirit flower.
That's true.
So that is our national flower. Okay, something very important to know. Okay, if someone asks you, what's Panama's national flower, we will say Holy Spirit flower. Okay, let's move on. It says, in many provinces, you can find plants used for industrial purposes. For example, sugar cane. Okay, so the sugar cane, it's a plant that we can use for industrial purposes. Okay, also we got others, but we got a question here. What are some plants used for industrial? Okay, and we got two here, sugar cane and timber. Okay, these are the plants that we can use for industrial purposes. Okay, we will continue with the grammar part, Teacher Tatiana, talking about there is and there are. Okay, we use there is and there are when we want to specify or when we want to talk about the specific amount of things that we got. Okay, for example, here, if I want to mention the objects that I have right now on the table, I can say there is a cell phone, there are two computers, there are two bottles of water, and there are several microphones. Okay, so we can explain or we can mention the objects or the amount of objects that we have. It could be close to us or near us. Okay, we use there is, obviously, as we use is, as we say there is, talking about singular. Okay, there is a cell phone. I'm talking about one thing. Okay, one thing. There is a cell phone, there is a pen. Okay, we got examples here. You're talking about our topic, flora and fauna. There is a jaguar, there is a monkey, there is some milk in the fridge. And very interesting thing to point out here is that milk, the word milk, is considered singular because it's a non-count object. We cannot say one meal or two milk. Okay, so there are words like milk, sugar, water. Powder. So we have to use there is. There is water, there is milk, there is juice. Okay, but it's different if I say a bottle of water.
Exactly.
So I can say there are two bottles of water right here. But if I use only the word water, I have to say there is water. Talking about this, as I was mentioned, we got a question here. How many apartments are there? So talking about the amount of things, okay, we use how many. It says, how many apartments are there? So it is a question. So as it is a question, we have to use the verb be before there, okay? We all know right now that we have to use the verb be before the subject when it's a question. So how many apartments are there? How many rooms are there? How many pictures are there? So we can say there are 6, there is 1, there are 2, okay? Talking about the amount of things, okay? Teacher, we got a practice, but we got a classroom so people can have access to the information that we are presenting here. We got a password. It's TO66L6D. That is the password to the classroom. So you get access to this information and you can solve the practices there. Time is up. We finished with our class for 7th graders, but we're coming with more. 8th graders, be ready because we're coming with a very interesting topic. Teacher Tatiana is going to be in charge of that class. So stay tuned. Bye.
Hola, estamos en Un Minuto para Ti. ¿Quieres triunfar? Enfócate en lo que quieres y verás llegar las oportunidades. Que tus miedos no te detengan. Úsalos como un impulso para hacer todo eso que eres capaz de hacer y no lo sabías. Descubre tu potencial. Las cosas parecen difíciles hasta que empiezas a hacerlas. No te desanimes, sigue adelante, porque la victoria que te espera es grande. Y recuerda, haz todo lo posible para que tu día sea bueno, porque de lo imposible se encarga Dios.
Patria.
Suena el timbre de octavo grado. Conéctate con la estrella. Somos más educación.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another English class with Conéctate con la Estrella, an initiative of the Ministry of Education. Today it's Friday. Welcome back, my 8th graders. We will continue talking about people and their economic activity here in Panama. This is the third part C. Remember that there are 3 sectors that we were talking. The first one, primary sector. Then last week we talked about secondary sector, and today we will talk about tertiary sectors. Okay, so today's objective is to classify and describe economic activities in Panama, and we were focused, as I just say, and tertiary sector. Okay, and also we are going to distinguish common and proper noun. This is the grammar structure that we will focus today. Okay, so how about it will start with our tongue word twister section. Today we have 2 tongue word twister. Okay, and what I want is that you listen carefully. I'm going to read both of them. Okay, I want that you listen carefully to them, and then I want that you access to our Google Classroom. Okay, or also you can watch again this class through YouTube. Okay, and remember that code that is TO66L60. Okay, and what are you going to do? You're going to choose one of them, and I want that you learn it, that you practice. Okay, and then I want that you share with your classmate or with your teacher. You can send an audio or a video. It's like a challenge. Okay, or you can make like you can access to any those famous applications like TikTok and do something amazing with this. Okay, so listen carefully to the first tongue word twister. Okay, it's the idea of this one is to practice the pronunciation of the letter T, the t sound. Okay, 2 teeny tigers take 2 taxis to town. I will repeat it. 2 teeny tigers take 2 taxis to town. Okay, now let's go to the second one. This one we are going to practice the sound of the letter B, the b sound. Okay, and this is how it starts. The big black buck beat the big black bird, but the big black bird beat the big black buck back. I will repeat it. The big black buck beat the big black bird, but the big black bird beat the big black buck back. That's the 2 tongue word twister that I have for you today. Okay, and now that we activate our priority knowledge, let's go with our vocabulary. Teacher Josita will help me with the pronunciation. So let's start with number 1. We had trade, Number 2, tourism.
Tourism.
Number 3, public service.
Public service.
Number 4, cameraman.
Cameraman.
Number 5, exchange.
Exchange.
Good. Okay. Now let's go with the other 5 words. Number 6, import.
Import.
Number 7, export.
Export.
Number 8, diffusion.
Diffusion.
Number 9, transmission.
Transmission.
And number 10, goods.
Goods.
Okay, great. Later I will explain to you about import and export, that are very important words that we need to cover today. Okay, so how about if we go to the practice? Remember that you can interact with us through Instagram, WhatsApp, and our Google Classroom. Great. So here you need to choose the correct answer. Each picture has a number, okay, and are related to 2 options, letter A and letter B. So for example, on the first picture, there is a lady inside a store, okay, a clothes store, okay. So what do you think it is? Letter A, tray, or letter B, transmission? Okay, think about it. Okay, so this is the idea. You need to pay attention to the picture and choose the correct answer, or letter A or letter B. For number 1, as always, I will help you, and it's letter A, tray. Number 1, letter A, tray. Okay, good. So now that you have an idea how to complete this practice, I wanted to invite you to give us your response through WhatsApp or Instagram. Okay, great. Now let's go to our favorite segment, Did You Know? And we have here, indigenous arts have been adapted to use modern materials, and Spanish colonial crafts have endured, becoming Panamanian craft. Okay, and as you can see in the picture, this is an example of a modern craft. Okay, it's a face mask, okay, but it had 2 themes. The first one that have an indigenous art, and the other one, the reason that is modern is because nowadays, due to the pandemic, okay, we must wear a face mask. Okay, so can you see the way that they are improving, like in the trade? Good. Now, as I told you, we will focus today in the tertiary sector. It is characterized by developing activities known as service, which, although not specifically tangible goods, also help meet people needs. Okay, and I'm going to give you example of activities that we find in these sectors. We have tourism, communication, public service, transport, and trade. Let's talk about each one. Let's start with public service. Okay, well, there is a lot. There's different kind of public service. Okay, that it's this could be in education field, health, social security. I mean, there are a lot of things that we can say about this activity, this sector here. Example of people that work in this activity: for education, teacher; for health, doctors. Also we have for public service, we have public workers, police officers. I mean, there's a lot. These are only examples, okay? So you can have an idea. Now let's talk about tourism. Here in Panama, we have different kind of tourism. We have sport, we have ecological tourism, okay? And tourism is the group of activities that people do during their trip or vacation, okay? And they go to different places in order to get fun, for recreation, for business, okay? Example of people who work in this kind of activity are travel agents and tour guides. So these are few examples. Now let's talk about transport, okay? In this activity, also we have different kind of transportations, okay? and it offers the service of product transfers, goods and people from a place to another place, okay, in return of a remuneration of equal values. What is new here in Panama? Well, it's not like new, but thanks to God we have a metro train, okay, so this is an example of, and we this transport people, okay, but also we have the railroad that travel between Panama and Colón, and this one is for woods, okay, for products. That is what they transfer. Now let's talk about communication, okay. Consists of the search, transmission and diffusion of different kind of information or news through the different means of communication. Example, we have TV or television, we have radios. I mean, nowadays we have different kind of means of communications. Examples of people that work in this area are reporters, presenters, cameramans, and also we have finally trade. Trade is the exchange, buying and selling of products, goods, and services in exchange for something else of equal values in a free market. And we have different kind of trades, like for example domestic trade, that is the trade within that country. For example, from the province of Panama to the province of Darien, to give you an example. Also we have international trade. This is the trade among countries. Let me give you another example. Let's see, from here, from Panama to United States of America or to Canada, okay, that kind of goods that we transfer from Panama to Canada or United States of America, it's called international trade, okay. Now, do you remember that when I was focused on the vocabulary, I talk about import and export, and I say to you that later I will explain about it. This is the time, okay. When we buy product from another country, that is what we call import, okay. And when we sell, okay, products, it's that export, okay. So when I'm buying, I'm buying products in Colombia and I bring the products to Panama, it's import. Now the opposite, okay, when I sell, for example, let me be specific, a box of cell phones, okay, to Colombia, I am exporting, okay, I'm exporting that product. Great. Now, how about if we practice, okay? Let me explain to you the practice, okay? You need to choose the correct economic sectors, and I'm talking about the primary, secondary, and the one that I just explained to you, tertiary sector. You need to pay attention to the picture and select the one according to the picture, okay? Great. Remember that you can interact with us through WhatsApp, through Instagram, YouTube, and our Google Classroom. That code is TO66L6D, okay? Now let me think about it. Let's see. In this kind, I will choose, there are 8. There are 8 pictures, and you need to choose the correct economic sectors, okay? And I will start with the one that applied for today's class, and I will go with number 2. If I just say to you the one that applied to today's class, what sector do you think it is? Primary, secondary, or tertiary? Letter A, primary sector. Letter B, secondary sector. Letter C, tertiary sector. And I'm talking about number 2, okay? Here we have tourism, okay? This is a kind of activity that you go to another place for those who like or enjoy like explore is very good. Okay, think about it. What do you think it is? Letter A, letter B, or letter C? Number 2 is letter C, okay? Because as I told you before, this is the one related to today's topic. Great. Amazing, okay? So you will find a homework that you need to point out at the map activity that are carried out in the tertiary economic sector in our country. Okay, you need to write a name and illustrate as you did before with the other 2 sectors. Now let's think about the structure. The structure that we cover with this topic is about proper noun and common noun. We said before that common nouns are words used for name general things or general items, okay? And proper noun is for specific names for a particular person, place, or thing, okay? So for example, if I say the word computer, okay, this is something general, okay? This is a common noun. But if I say Josita, okay, we know who is Josita, okay? This is a specific person, okay? So this is a proper noun. Another thing that I want that you focus, or another tips that you can use in order to distinguish between common noun and proper noun, is that all the proper nouns are capitalized in English. It means that we must use capital letter, the first letter of each proper noun, okay? So now, the practice here, you will find in our Google Classrooms, it's that you need to you will read the 5 sentences. Each sentence has been underlined for you. That word that is underlined, it could be a common noun or it could be a proper noun. You need to write on the line the capital letter C if that word is a common noun, or capital letter P if that word is a proper noun, okay? Let me help you with the first 2. We have our school vacation is next week, okay? Yes, we have other nouns in this sentence, but the one that is underlined is the word vacation. So think about it. Is this a common noun or is this a proper noun? If I'm referring to a general item or I'm referring to a specific item, if this word is in capital letter or this word is in lowercase. So you see, so our school vacation is a common noun, okay? It's a common noun. So on the line, I will write letter C. So number 1 is letter C. But now we have number 2. Number 2, it states, Lucy, my pet cat, is having kittens. You see? Lucy, my pet cat, is having kittens. Okay? Yes, it's a sentence. The first word start with capital letter. Yeah, it's obviously. But you need to pay attention that between the commas, we have something very important. It's telling us that is the name of the pet. My pet cat, okay? So this is what make this word specific, okay? This is what make this word a specific name of a particular animal. What kind of animal? Cat. And what is the name of that cat? Lucy. So the word Lucy that is underlined is a proper noun. So on the line, I'm going to write the letter P. P for proper nouns. Okay, you see? So this is the way that you need to do. You need to think about it. You need to be clear what is a common noun, what is a proper noun, how to distinguish them, okay? So I wanted to welcome, I wanted to invite you to practice, okay? Remember that practice is the key in English. Time is over, my 8th graders. Stay there. and go and say to the other ones that 9th grade class will start soon. Bye-bye.
Hola, estamos en un minuto para ti. Hoy traigo para ti pensamientos que te ayudarán a lograr lo que te propongas. Tu mente es más poderosa que tu propio cuerpo. Nunca desconfíes de lo que eres capaz. Una mentalidad positiva es la clave para alcanzar lo que te propones. Nunca es demasiado tarde para alcanzar tus metas. Convéncete de que te mereces lo mejor y lucha por ello. Un paso a la vez. No todo puede hacerse de la noche a la mañana. No te desesperes. Eres capaz de todo lo que le indiques a tu cuerpo y a tu mente que hagan. Y recuerda, haz todo lo posible para que tu día sea bueno, porque de lo imposible se encarga Dios.
Conéctate con la estrella, es el proyecto de todos. Y si cantamos a coro todo el mundo, edúcate, edúcate, edúcate. Conéctate, conéctate, conéctate. Somos el futuro de la patria.
Suena el timbre de 9º grado. Conéctate con la estrella. Somos más educación.
Hello, welcome back to our English class. And yes, today is Friday. It's Friday. We love Fridays. I mean, I love Fridays, and I know you do too. However, this is also a very special day because this is the moment, the particular day that you have the opportunity to practice English, okay? To interact as you were in a class, to send your answers, to participate, to send your comments, anything that you want to say. This is the moment. I mean, where I started with our class for 9th graders. Teacher Tatiana is in charge of this class with a very interesting topic that she's going to explain to you. So pay attention, you know, try to pay attention carefully and to listen to everything that she's going to present. You can see on the screen the practices and you can participate. If you're just listening to our class, okay, listen to the class. That is very good because English language starts by listening, okay? So if you get anything to say to the practices that we're presenting, you can text us through WhatsApp. The number 60048182. So Teacher Tatiana, this is your moment.
Thank you, Teacher Yosita. Welcome back to another English class, 9th graders. Today we will continue on talking about human rights. This is the second part. And today we'll focus and I will read to you human rights that you really need to know, okay? So today's objective, let me read to you. It's to analyze some human rights and to practice the correct form of plural nouns in sentencing, okay? And this is a long topic with a lot of information, so I will prefer to start immediately with the vocabulary. The teacher Yosita will help me, okay?
Of course, Teacher Tatiana. But before you continue with this interesting topic, I want to say hello to those who are joining the class. We got here Rimaris 2283 joining the class, and also Adan Chop 21 joining the class. Hello.
Hello and welcome. That's good that you are here listening to us, paying attention, as Teacher Yosita said before, okay? So are you ready, Yosita?
Yes.
Good. So let's start with number 1, entity.
Entity.
Number 2, fair.
Fair.
Number 3, asylum.
Asylum.
Number 4, assembly.
Assembly.
Number 5, leisure.
Leisure.
Number 6, descent.
Descent.
Number 7, persecution.
Persecution.
Number 8, regardless.
Regardless.
Number 9, declaration.
Declaration.
And number 10, liberty.
Liberty.
Okay, good. So Remember, as we always say, you have the opportunity to interact with us right now, or you can access to our Google Classroom. If you wanted to ask or give us your response, you can use a WhatsApp 60048182. You can also interact with us through Instagram, YouTube, and remember our Google Classroom, that in this place you will find the 3 classes with those practices, okay? And the code is TO66L6D. Amazing, okay? The practice for the vocabulary is a match. You are going to find the pictures, you need to read carefully, and on each picture you're going to write the number that belong, okay? So for give you an examples, on the first picture, okay, there is a guy, and behind the guy there are police officers. There are police officers, and they like running. What do you think it is? There is entity, or number 2, asylum, or number 3, leisure, or number 4, persecutions. I think it's so. In that picture on the square, you're going to write the number 4, persecutions, okay? And that's the way that you're going to do it in order to complete this practice from number 1 to number 5, okay? But that is not only what you have in this practice. You have a second part with the same instructions, okay? And here you have other words, okay? And you need to pay attention, and you need to relate the word to the picture, okay? Great. Now, let's go to the topic explanation, okay? And let's start with, what are human rights, okay? Human rights are the rights we have as human beings. They belong to all of us, regardless of who we are or where we live, and they can't be taken away. It means that someone cannot take away our rights. And also, I cannot say, I don't want my rights. No, I can't, okay? So, and how about if we go with our section, did you know? And it states, the Universal Declaration begins by recognizing that the inherent dignity of all members of the human family is the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world. Wow, amazing. Good information, right? Good. Now, there are 2 entities that I want that you know that are related to human rights. And the first one is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, okay? And the other one is United Nations Human Rights, okay? So this is very important that you know the entity related to human rights. Now, before, in the previous class, I say that there are 30 human rights. So today I'm going to read to you them. Article number 1 is say we are all born free and equals, okay? It means that we should all be treated in the same way. Article 2, human rights belong to everyone, okay? So you should never be discriminated against for any reasons, okay? Article 3, everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security, okay? What do you think it means this? You have the right to what? You have the right, to breathe, to go out, to be free. Article 7, everyone is equal before the law. Think about it. Everyone has the right to protection against violation of their human rights, okay? Is there someone do something to you that is against your human rights, the law will be there in order to protect you. Article 8, everyone has the right to be protected by the law. It's almost the same, okay? That means that we're equal. Remember, that's a key word in human rights. We are equal, Okay. Article 10. Everyone has the right to a fair and public trial. If you are accused of breaking the law, you have the right to a public trial. Article 12. Everyone has the right to privacy. For example, if you buy a property, or if you are the owner of a house, okay, no one can enter your house if you don't allow the person, okay. Article 14. Everyone has the right to seek asylum from persecutions. In this case, we need to if you ask your country, to give you an example, for protections, okay, something happened to you and you have that right. Article 15. Everyone has the right to a nationality. Very important, okay. We have the right to belong a country, okay. Nobody can prevent you without a good reason from belonging to another country if you wish. Article 16. Everyone has the right to marry and raise a family. Article 18. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religions. Okay, very important. Okay, you have the right to have your own religion or belief. Okay. Article 19. Article 19. Everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. Okay, if you have your idea, you can express it. Okay, you have the right to have your own idea.
Yeah, but you have to be respectful.
Obviously. Okay,
because you cannot just say things and you don't know if you are gonna hurt others' feelings. So you need to be careful about that. I mean, you have the right to say your opinion, to say what you think, but always you have to respect, the other person, the way that you pronounce your words, the way that you behave, the way that you react, the way that you say things. You have to be respectful.
That's the very, very important. That's the key in order to have the right. Okay, be respectful. Article 20. Everyone has the right to freedom of assemblies and association. Okay, if you wanted to belong to organizations, that obviously that is a peaceful in a peaceful way, or it's a peaceful organization, no harm. Okay. Article 23. Everyone has the right to work and fair working conditions. Okay. And with working conditions, I'm talking about, the payments, the environments in that kind of work. Okay. Article 24. Everyone has the right to rest and leisure. Okay. Yeah, to relax. You have the right to have a relaxed time. Okay. Article 25. Everyone has the right to a decent standard of living. You have the right to the things you need to live a healthy and prosperous life. That include food, clothing, housing, medical care, social service, to give you example. Article 26. Everyone has the right to education. Very, very important. Article 29. Everyone has the responsibility to respect and protect human rights. Article 30. Everyone has human rights and they cannot be taken away, as I told you before. Excellent. So those are the most of the Universal Declaration Human Rights. That is very important that you know. I'm pretty sure that you hear about them in other classes, okay? But most important, it's that you respect that right, okay? It's not that because you have the right, you can do whatever you wanted to do. There are people that say that the right of others end when the right of others start, okay? So be careful with that. So the practice is very easy. You can access to our Google Classroom, and it's about true or false. You need to choose whether the statement is true or false. So review the information that we provide you, that I just read to you, and choose the correct option, okay? So think about it of that. Now, talking about the structure, we focus on plural nouns, and there are some rules that I wanted that you think about it, okay, that you learn, okay. Yes, most of the word we just add the letter S. That's simple like that, okay, in order to indicate that we're talking about two or more than two items, okay. But also we have irregular plural nouns, okay, and they require a lot of memorizations. You need to remember which noun belong to which type of pluralizations, okay? And let me give you examples. For example, there are plural nouns that do not change. Sheep, fish, deer, moose. Also, we have plural nouns that there is a change in the vowel that they are in the middle. For example, food, that is with double O, the plural is feet with double E. Then we have woman, okay, that the vowel A would change to letter E with women, as well as man and men. And we have also goose. We have double O here, and when we wanted to write the plural of this word, we need to change them to double E. Also, we have tooth, okay, and the plural is teeth, double E. That's another example that we can change, okay. And the other one, it states that there are some irregular plural nouns that we need to add the two letters at the end, the letter E and N. Example, child, and we have children, okay. And also we have ox and we have oxen, okay. So that those words, those nouns, the key is that you read it many times, that you memorize them, okay, because this is not easy. This is not like you need or you can add the letter S or ES at the end. No. Okay, some of them will be the same in singular as in plural, and other you need to change the vowels in the middles, and on the other ones you need to have a different ending. So for example, child and children. So you see, so the best way is that you read it many times, that you practice, that you write your own sentence, okay.
Before you continue with this interesting topic, Teacher Tatiana, we got people joining the class. Anchor 267. Hello, Anchor. Also, Itzel M. Also, Álvaro Muñoz Oficial joining the class. I want to say something important about Álvaro Muñoz. He texted us, interesting, talking about your class, okay? So thank you, Álvaro. As Teacher Tatiana said, you have to continue practicing. Also, we got here Kelika PTY also joining the class, okay? Thanks for being here, participating in our class.
That's totally true. Thank you so much, okay? And we have other rules for plural nouns, okay? So what I want that you do is that you access to our Google Classroom, and you're going to find, for example, those singular nouns that end with US. The plural, you need to change the US to I, okay? So for example, cactus, and the plural is cacti, okay? And there are more, but as I told you before, what you have to do is read it many times, using in your sentencing, and in that way you will be familiar and you will remember which one is singular and which one is plural, okay? So do not forget to access to our Google Classroom. Let me repeat to you the code, okay? TO66L60. End time, it's overnight graders, thank you so much. Remember to practice, practice, practice.
We're
It's the
coming
key
with
in
more.
English.
Stay tuned. We're coming with more 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. Okay, so
Bye-bye.
Don't
Have a
move.
wonderful weekend. Stay there.
Cantamos a coro todo el mundo. Edúcate, edúcate, edúcate. Conéctate, conéctate, conéctate. Somos el futuro de la patria.
El éxito del nuevo Plan Panamá Solidario se debe al esfuerzo